Hello and welcome to the self-paced training on active learning. So today we are going to be looking at active learning. So if you look here, you can click on the black box and it will open up a new video and it will give you a tutorial on how to use Pear Deck. And then you can fill in this training yourself using Pear Deck. So the objectives for this lesson are that participants will be able to describe examples of active learning and explain why active learning is important. What is the most memorable activity you did when you were a student? What was my most memorable activity? I remember doing group presentations. So active learning. Active learning takes place when students are involved in the learning process. They participate and do more in class than just take notes and answer questions. Activities such as debates, projects, group work, and problem solving are all examples of active learning. The goal of active learning is for students to deeply understand, analyze, and evaluate the content they are studying. One way to understand active learning is to compare it to passive learning. So active learning requires the student to take action. Some examples are presenting, discussing, evaluating. In comparison to passive learning does not promote critical thinking skills. Some examples include memorizing, taking notes, and taking a quiz. Let's look at an example. This is a passive learning lesson. Students watch a video in class. They take notes on what they learn. In class the next day, they answer multiple choice questions to see if they understood the video. And this is the same lesson, but taught with active learning strategies. Students watch a video in class. Every few minutes, the teacher stops the video. Students summarize what they have learned and make predictions about what will happen next. After the video is over, each student writes a question about the video. They research the answer to their question and present their findings in class the next day. So which lesson is better for student learning? I think active learning. Active learning. Some common verbs used in active learning are discuss, debate, present, apply, evaluate, create, reflect, compare, organize, measure, and experiment. You can make sure students learn actively by including lots of different verbs in your lesson plan. Use the highlighter tool to mark each action verb students do in the lesson. So let's do that. Here's the highlighter. I'll make it yellow. So choose a side, research their position, argue for their side during a class debate. Design a graphic organizer, organize the information, publish it on a class website. Identify a problem in their community, create a solution, present their ideas, work in groups, apply math concepts, writes an essay, reflects on why they did not do well, and proposes new ideas for how they can do better. Okay, so here we go. Gives you the answers here. What are the students in the picture doing? Use different verbs to describe the way they are participating in active learning. So they are experimenting, discussing. Yeah, they're experimenting, they're discussing. So possible answers may include students observe a chemical reaction, students conduct an experiment, students measure the outcome. So let's look here. What are the students in the picture doing? Use different verbs to describe the way they are participating in active learning. They are maybe discussing about the topic. Maybe they are collaborating together. Lots of different examples you can choose. So students participate in a discussion, students defend their opinions, students ask each other questions. So active learning is important because it teaches students to do more than remember information. It requires them to use what they learn and apply it to new situations. Some benefits of active learning include critical thinking skills, deeper understanding, long-term learning, and problem solving. Active learning is beneficial for students, but it can be challenging for teachers to implement active learning strategies. Some challenges include it can take more time to plan, it can take more time to teach concepts, classroom management is more difficult and may require more money to fund projects because to get people involved, you can't just use paper and pen all the time. Okay, why is active learning important? Promotes critical thinking skills, promotes problem solving by students. Yeah, that's kind of what I view as the two main reasons. Will you use active learning strategies in your classroom? Why not? Yes, I will. Because I believe it is important to teach students critical thinking skills. And then you can give feedback on the training. So how easy, difficult was this training? I'll just put neutral. How satisfied were you with this training? I'll put neutral. And the end. And you can look at references or resources here if you'd like to see more. Okay, so thank you very much for listening to this video and to this training. Bye-bye.